Good morning, good afternoon, welcome everybody. Talos Mob is here, and along with me, my co-host Alter. We're bringing you once again Thundering Thursday. How are you, Alter?
I'm doing okay.
That is great to hear. Today, we're gonna be seeing a battle that raids dawn, for sure. May it be wordplay, may it not, you're gonna figure it out yourselves. Let's talk a little bit about our team, shall we?
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, our good old friend Rogue New Type is always on the front with his Zeta, Alter with his Geara Doga Kai, and me with the Dijeh Luio Co. Any thoughts on that trio alone?
You cover a lot of bases with that. Like, the Zeta is basically just a blue raid. The Geara Doga Kai is one of the most solid frontliners in the game at any cost. It's kind of just a Xeon alternative to the Gustav Karl. And the DJ, the Luo DJ is just like absolutely insane. It's kind of a discount version of the maybe not quite a discount version of the DJCA, but it's similar in that it covers basically all of its bases. Like,
I'd call it
but
even a
whereas,
discount in Stein at times.
yeah, actually, that's a more accurate one. That's another like similar unit, but it's definitely a closer parallel because they both have smaller, kind of more concise kits.
The fact that you have
Yeah, I would say discount Sananju Stein is about right.
an instant that you can use while boosting is a big deal. So, shall we proceed on to the battlefield?
Sounds good. Also, you're a hologram now.
Yes, I am. We're entering a new age, fellas.
Okay, meatheads, get your rears in gear. Go, go, go!
You've been telling me that this is one of my spicier color palettes, though, or color combinations on the Dijeh and Co. because I'm using the almost Titan-esque, but not Titan exactly colors.
I don't think that was me. I think that was somebody
Was it?
else.
Oh no, you're
I
telling
think
me
so.
about the Dolmel colors. That's right.
Yeah, those are kind of more almost like 0083 like Zaku, like Federation Zaku colors. I guess we
The
should also notice we have the GPO4 and the
Hazenflay.
Hazenflay running at our team. The Hazenflay is also a very like just a solid frontliner. It's a little bit kind of in between the Zeta and the Geara Doga Kai, and the GPO4 is just a very nimble, very like adaptable support.
Already you see a beautiful counter from Alter's side, and me about to decimate the health of this poor unfortunate soul. And Alter finished him off.
I sniff out heavy attacks.
That poor MP double Zeta just pretty much was in the wrong scenario, honestly.
Yeah, and I'm sure nobody is surprised to see one of these on the enemy team at 600, especially like there was a period of time where it was basically the MPZZ and the Atlas ran the show at 600, but then the Atlas got nerfed. It's still good, but it's like these two things were equally stupid before that point, and it's like one of them just got less stupid. So just kind of it just sort of indirectly buffed the MPZZ because now it just has fewer things competing with it.
Yeah, I was almost dead, and I was like, if I can get at least one big attack in, and I did. I gave our GPO4 a very good opening to get a very nice kill, and I'm glad he took advantage of it.
Yeah, that was a good pickup from that dude.
Already we see that the score is leaning to our favor. Rogue is the only one that is below half health, but honestly, the Zeta Gundam below half health becomes a lot more monstrous once it enters Biosensor.
Destroyed an enemy mobile suit. See you soon.
Speaking of, Rogue took a
Absolutely.
kill. We gotta mention also that this was before the GPO4's buff. Honestly, if it was after GPO4's buff, I think that the GPO4 would be monstrous in this team up. Oh, that's that
Yeah.
long range shot. 400 range on a beam gun that has a really good stun. Don't ask
That's
me
where
why.
you kind of start to see those Sananju Stein parallels.
Yep. Don't ask me, by the way, why he gave me that heavy.
Yeah, I don't know what this dude was doing out here on his own playing the the land combat Hyakushiki Kai is good, but It's not like
it cannot compete against the Dijeh Luio Co. As much I hate to admit it.
it's not so good that you ever want to be like staring down a raid at point blank by yourself.
Honestly, I was fine that I got stunned there because it gave a very good opening to our team. The heavy attack coming in clutch again. That heavy attack is way too powerful, especially in a team fight. If you ignore the Dijeh Luio Co, yeah, you're gonna be accompanying your exploding mobiles.
Yeah, I think at this point it's worth considering, like, is this the best 600 raid? It might be.
It can do a little bit of everything. I wouldn't say that it's the best for sure, but I'd say that it's up there.
There's definitely a case to be made, though. Like, there's definitely, like, an argument to be had as to, is this the best? In a lot of ways, I think it's kind of the Gear Zulu EH on steroids.
Yeah, I can agree, because it does a lot more damage than the Geara Doga Kai. It's a lot more nimble as well. About to get a massive dump of damage there. The MP double Zeta got caught in it. I died, but honestly, the fact that we got 2 kills off of that with me having almost no health, I'd say that it was a good give up of my life.
Yeah, I mean, like I've said in previous Thundering Thursdays, like, this game is just all about having a numbers advantage. Like, if you can trade, like, your life for 2 kills, then it's worth it every time.
We see the Hazenthally being alone, but somehow surviving. You gotta give credit, he was pulling his weight. Oh, the GPO4 died.
Oh, this dude, actually, he handled that pretty well, considering.
Yeah. Oh, we had
That looked like a pretty clean flank.
we have an issue on the upper right, but do not worry. It's not any issues other than a disconnect from the enemy team.
Yeah, it was somebody just happened to have left, and that destabilized things briefly.
Although I should say the reason we're viewing this match is also because you gotta remember, you never want to leave your team alone, especially in this scenario. Oh, someone else disconnected.
It's one of those things where I don't want to be too presumptuous and be like, ha, those two dudes definitely rage quit. But like, you gotta wonder if it tells a story. You know, the one guy leaves and the other guy's just like, well, the hell with this, and then he gets out too.
Yeah.
You know?
Again, another literal free heavy attack for me. I don't know why they were not countering me. People were not looking at the radar, I tell you. I had to.
It happens sometimes.
Before you ask why I just kept looking at that, I had to remember how much damage we were doing less from pretty much disconnecting. So we had about 30% damage reduction. It would usually matter, but in this case scenario, unfortunately, it was too lopsided. Overall,
I'm glad the game at least does that, though.
Yeah. I gotta say, our team comp was probably superior to theirs, which is why there was the issues. As much as you may want to say that, you know, MP double Zeta is powerful, if you try to focus too hard on just having 2 of these, you're just pretty much giving up another opening to your team comp.
Well, the other thing is, like, when the Atlas was that good, it was a little different, because the Atlas is so well-rounded, it can play any role in the game, basically.
Yep.
But, like, the MPZZ can't quite do that. I mean, it can to an extent, but definitely not to the same extent. And there's definitely a lot of people who will pick the MPZZ in any situation just on the basis of, well, this thing's broken. And that's true, but it's not always going to be ideal for your comp.
Yep. Especially when you're not paying attention to your radar. Not to be rude or anything.
I mean, it happens. I definitely have those moments myself.
Again, the flash that you can use while boosting is a prime example of how powerful this unit is. The fact that you have a boosting stun puts it on par to things like the, unit that we're going to be talking about in this update that is coming up. Actually, no, the update that has passed, because by the time that this video is coming up, it's Thursday. So, the update you're going to be getting is for the previous week, which was the update that for a PC that got the Silver Bullet Suppressor. having boosting stuns makes even supports be monsters.
Yeah, the silver bullet suppressor is nightmare fuel.
And here it was again a case of I don't mind if I die. We got a free kill plus the assists because everyone was shooting at the guy. So
True enough.
it was a beautiful end to an overall one-sided match. The reason we're showing this is because you need to realize that those matches exist in ZBO2. It's not, oh, we made someone rage quit. Those matches exist in ZBO2. And whenever you leave a match, you put your team on a... Even if your team is already in a disadvantage, you make the game miserable for other players.
Yeah, absolutely. On some level, I find when that happens, I at least can kind of resign myself to the outcome. Like, okay, well, this is over now. There's no sense dwelling on it. But yeah, I mean, as far as actually trying to play the game out, it's pretty miserable. Like, it definitely feels hopeless. I guess that's a matter of perspective, though. Whereas, if a game is close but kind of if a game is close but still looking kind of rough, you sort of have that false hope that you're clinging to, even and you're watching it slowly slip away from you as the point discrepancy gets larger. But I guess that depends. In general, though, we kind of advocate not rage quitting games, or we encourage it rather.
Yeah, and especially since you can get a penalty, which is another disadvantage. So not only are you harming your teammates, but you're harming yourself.
Yeah, true enough.
I understand having a bad day or disconnecting over a bad connection or errors. But what can you do? Those happen. As long as it's not rage quitting and you're not putting your team at a disadvantage on purpose. GG's to the teams. Both teams fought well. I'm happy that the people that stayed at the end, the enemy team, the three last people fought well. So props to them.
Yeah, they did what they could.
Overall, I gotta say this is the one set of GBO2 that is not really talked about often because people are hesitant of, oh, you're showing a match that someone rage quit. Why are you taking pride in it? The pride comes from the half that was not the people rage quit.
I think it just comes from just the definitive victory, like just winning by such a wide margin.
Yeah. Regardless, what were your thoughts on the match as well, since I spoke my thoughts?
I mean, I think you covered it pretty well. Like, I think one of the issues was they had two MPZZs, and then... Well, what was it? It was two MPZZs, a Kianos Galgug, the Land Combat Hyakushiki, and the Rigazi.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of limited mid-lining there.
Let us double check again for certain teams. Oh, and there we go.
Because the Rigazi can do it to an extent, and the MPZZ can do it to an extent. But it's like all of these things, they're kind of all more close to mid-range than true mid-range.
Yeah.
Other than the Hyakushiki, I mean, obviously that's the Hyakushiki Kai is just a fairly straightforward support. It's like the Mudrock's bigger, badder brother. So that one's fine. But yeah, I think it ultimately just came down to the fact they didn't really have a true midliner. They kind of had three people that all want to be in that close to mid distance.
Yeah. And not only that, but in comparison to us, where we had you as a great front middle liner with pretty much being also a Guardian class, you could take a lot of hits. The Rogue being the Zeta, pretty much he could stay both close and mid. We had the Hazently, which usually wants to stay in the mid but can go to close. And we have the GPO4 that can stay in the back but can do mid. So we were pushing a lot more while we were keeping a good rear guard is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I think in some ways it was almost kind of a rock, paper, scissors thing where it's the enemy team comp would be fine against a lot of other things. But the fact that we're all fairly close range oriented, I mean, the Zeta, again, is just a blue raid. The Geara Doga Kai is obviously kind of range limited. That's the only real weakness it has, is that it's just very close range. And then the the Hazenflay being very scrappy. So it's like we want to be at the ranges they want to be at. Whereas a team comp like the one we had struggles more with a team comp that can outpoke it, outrange it, like maintain distance, kind of like hose us down on approach before we get in range to do what we want to do.
And also having the GPO4 there, just providing backup fire with really good build-ups done. They didn't really have to worry about hitting friendlies as much as, for an example, the line combat Yakusiki Kai.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that covers all of our bases. This was Thundering Thursday. We hope you enjoyed. I hope that you enjoyed this video. We hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed our little change up. And we'll talk to you later.
We'll see you next time.
Have a great day, folks, and talk to you soon.